Hello everyone, it's Starlight's89. Today I'm coming to you guys with a new model airport update. So today I'm going to be doing the San Francisco International Model Airport. Now you might think in some cases this could be the ORD model airport, but hopefully I'll be doing that airport soon though. It is a bigger project. This one's one of my bigger ones as well. It did take a lot of work. I had to think of how to include all the terminals, all the aircraft that I've got. Overall I think it looks pretty good. I know that there are some flaws that could have been fixed. Regarding space. I did add a new board though, so I have been trying my best basically to include as much space as I can, and pretty much the airport looks like as if it's at full capacity. So hopefully, in the next airport update for this airport, I'll think of some kind of different ideas and try to get as many aircraft as I can and just make it look a little better. As you can see, it only has 2 runways. We got one over there, one here, so not that big, not that realistic, but it's a lot of aircraft to deal with, and just happy to come at you guys with the update anyway. So I'm going to start off with the international terminal. There are a couple new aircraft, and I do have, in fact, a system for this. So this is the morning update. Now, as you can see in the title, this will be only for the morning flights. All morning flights depart and arrive between midnight and 12 p.m. So that's every flight there. Mainly the internationals are the differences. Maybe a couple of other aircraft only come in the afternoon. So those aircraft might include the Air France A380 or something that I've waited, and a couple of other Asian and European aircraft that I have reserved for the afternoon update. So that update should be coming after this, pretty quickly after, so hopefully I'll be able to get that out. So yeah, we're going to jump right into the update now, and first off, we're going to start off with the Qantas 747. Now you might be wondering, why is this aircraft here? Truth be told, Qantas will be restarting the San Francisco route. It has been at least suggested that they will be, so hopefully that route does go through so I can include the Qantas aircraft in. I've always had this Qantas 744. I do have another one in the normal livery. As you can see, this one's in the One World 1. So you can barely see that, but it is. And it should be operated with the 744, however it might be an A380. I'm not quite sure, so we'll have to see what happens with that, but just a thing that Qantas could be doing. So I've decided to include that. Taxiing to its gate, we have an EVA Air 777-300ER in the Star Alliance livery. Over here we have a Singapore 333. These are pretty obvious routes. EVA Air coming from Taipei. We have the Singapore 777. Now, I think it's Seoul. I think this aircraft will be heading off to Seoul and then on to Singapore. Next to that, we have the Air China in the Smiling China livery, non-stop service to Beijing. Here we have a Turkish 333, another new aircraft of mine with a non-stop service down to Istanbul. Next to them, we have a United 222 in the Star Alliance livery. Just using it. And this aircraft will be doing a flight down to Taipei. Over here we have an ANA 777-300ER. This aircraft is taxiing out for Tokyo and Narita. Over here we have another United 777. And this aircraft will be doing a flight over to, let's see here, probably just came in from Sydney this morning. By the way, the Sydney routes will be replaced with 787s now that the One World thing has been happening around in Australia and New Zealand. I'm sure you've heard it's pretty big news. American and Qantas have decided to expand their flights over to over in New Zealand. So American Airlines, well, at least Qantas will be doing flights down to Auckland non-stop, and American is doing flights down to Sydney. So they're having some kind of expansions, and Qantas wants to expand their domestic flights in New Zealand as well. So United has come out with a flight directly from San Francisco to Auckland, which will be starting later next year, and then United will be replacing their Sydney and Melbourne flights with Dreamliners. So currently the Melbourne one is on a Dreamliner, but the Sydney flights to San Francisco and LA will be on Dreamliners. So aircraft are getting upgraded. I have to say, San Francisco is one of the United hubs for Dreamliners. It's like really big for Dreamliners. There's just so many. I know in this particular update right here I don't have many. I've only got one in my entire collection, so I do plan to get more. I wasn't sure what the 799 was going to do, so when that aircraft first came out, I wasn't sure if I wanted to buy it, so I didn't decide to, but I'll have to get a few more obviously in the future, so hopefully there will be some available. Next to that, we have a United 74. So we're doing a flight down to Beijing, and next to him we have the United Dreamliner, and this aircraft will be doing a flight to let's see, I think it's Osaka. I think this one will be the Osaka Kansai flight. Next to them on gates A1 to A12. So this is the international terminal from gates G91 through 102. and here's A1 through A12. Different carriers, mostly in the A1 through A12. We've got some more domestic Canadian flights as well. So here we have the WestJet 737-700. This aircraft will be doing a flight down to Calgary. Next in we have a 738. It's just taxiing out for Vancouver. Over here at this small little terminal, we have a couple of Hawaiian aircraft. You can see we have the Hawaiian 763. Sadly, a lot of my Hawaiian aircraft are damaged, and I've only got 4, but most of them, I think I only have about 1 that's in mint condition. The rest of them are just somehow damaged, or really the main problem is, as you'll see over here, let me just walk over here, the Hawaiian A330, this piece, that little horizontal stabilizer, both of them will just not stick on. And it's been an ongoing problem with my A330s, and I'm just not really sure what to do. I mean, yes, I could super glue them. I don't really have the time to, or I just forget about doing it. So at the moment I do have problems with that. My other A330 has problems with the landing gear. So there are, a bunch of faults with my Hawaiian aircraft. The 763, however, does have just one issue with the front landing gear, nothing else. So I have these 2 aircraft. We're doing a flight to, let's see, this one we're doing a flight down to OGG. We have a 763 offered to Honolulu. Well, with the rest of the terminal, we have the Korean 333. This aircraft we're doing a flight down to Seoul. Next in we have a Cathay Pacific 333 in the Spirit of Hong Kong livery, not subservice to Hong Kong. We have a China Airlines 744 in the Love and Hug livery, doing a flight down to Taipei. Next to him we have the Air France 222, doing a flight down to Paris, of course. Now moving on with the rest here, I believe this is I think this is all part of the terminal. So yes, I've included this separated piece of terminal, so all this part here is all A1 through A12. Over there is a different story, but all around here it's all A1 through A12. So here we have this terminal here that goes there. We have this small one, and then we have this small one over here. So this is where the passengers would arrive for this section of the airport, for example. So here we have a United 222 just on the stands there. Just decided to include that, added to a bit of realism, I guess. Now moving on with the terminal, we have the JetBlue A321. This aircraft will be doing a flight down to New York's John F. Kennedy. A320 next to him. Now these are all my JetBlue aircraft. I've just decided to include all these basically for the hell of it, just to show you my JetBlue collection out of the 5 that I've got. So I only have 1 A321, the rest are A320s. I have 2 in Sharklets and 3 normals, and 1 in a special livery, unless you count the I Heart New York. So yes, we have a normal A320 here. This aircraft will be doing a flight down to Long Beach, and here we have a A320 in the fire department for New York, doing a flight down to Fort Lauderdale. You have a normal A320 with Sharklets, however, doing a flight down to JFK as well, and then we have a I Heart New York one coming in from Fort Lauderdale. Over here we have an Alaska 737-700. This aircraft's going to be taxiing in, coming in from Seattle, and we have a 737-800. This aircraft, we're doing a non-stop service up to Portland. I believe one of these could be the Anchorage flight, so I might have made a mistake there for the Alaska operations. So moving on with Terminal 2, we have the Frontier and Delta aircraft. So here we have a Frontier A319. This aircraft will be doing a flight down to Denver. Next in we have a Delta, what is this, MD-88. This aircraft will be doing a flight down to, let's see, Minneapolis. Next we have a Delta 752 SkyTeam livery. This aircraft will be doing a flight down to New York John F. Kennedy. Next in we have an E-170 on non-stop service to Salt Lake City. And next in we have a 739 non-stop service to Detroit. And just taxiing we have a Delta Connection 0J900. That aircraft came in from Los Angeles. And over here we have a 737-800 doing a non-stop service over to Minneapolis. Actually, I'll have this aircraft head off to Atlanta. I'll have the 738 do the Atlanta service. And over here we have one more American aircraft. Sorry, a couple of issues here with keeping that still. We have an American 737-800. This aircraft's just come in and will be taxiing to the American gates. And this aircraft came in from Miami. Over here we have a UPS 763. This aircraft's going to be departing off to Louisville. And coming in we have a Asiana 777-200ER non-stop service from Seoul on arrival. And a couple of aircraft that are departing to its gates, or not departing, but just arrived on its way to its gates. We have a United Express CRJ700 came in from Aspen this morning. Over here we have a couple cargo aircraft. So this is a little mini cargo terminal. We have a hangar over there, added extra realism. Probably if I didn't have that hangar, that could add a little bit more space. I didn't really see the point though, so it's just there. Moving on, we have a FedEx MD-11, non-stop service to Memphis, of course. We We have a China Airlines Cargo 744. We have a Cathay Pacific 748 and the Korean Air Cargo 748. Most of these will be going via Anchorage, a couple of them doing the direct services over to their dedicated city hubs. And next to that we have the hangar, like I said. This one just has an aircraft that I'm using as an example for a repaint into the new United livery. So as you can see in there, we have a blue tulip 744. So that'll be repainted into the new livery. Just an example, just an aircraft to put in there. I will get the Southwest aircraft done before I move over to the United and American terminal, or American terminals. So onto the Southwests, we have my entire Southwest collection. So as I did before here, we have my JetBlue, and then I'm moving on to my Southwest on this part here. So here we have a new Southwest 737-700. This aircraft non-stop service over to, if that will focus. I'm going to have this aircraft do the Los Angeles, I'm going to go with. I have a 737-700 next to him doing a non-stop service to Chicago's Midway, 737-700 service to Denver, and a 737-700 over to Houston Hobby. So now I'll move over to that side to get the United and American terminals. Alright everybody, so now we're on this side of the airport. We're going to be going with the United and American as well as Virgin America terminals. So over here at, I believe I made a mistake here. So this is probably Terminal 2 and then the Delta ones are a different terminal. So here we have the American A321 at the end there. That aircraft will be doing a flight down to JFK. We have an American 738 there, a non-stop service to O'Hare. Another 738 next to him doing a non-stop service to, I was going to say JFK, but I'll probably have this one for a service down to LA. Here we have an American A321 in the normal livery, operating on part of US Airways, doing a flight down to Phoenix. You have an American E170, one of my newer aircraft, also featured in the Indianapolis model airport, coming in from, let's see, actually this aircraft I might have just featured. I'm not sure if this actually services San Francisco, but if it does, we'll just say it's coming in from Dallas. And here we have a US Airways A321. This aircraft will be doing a flight over to Dallas. Moving on, we have a Virgin America A320 at the gate. That aircraft will be doing a flight over to, let's see here, Virgin America. I'm going to go with JFK there. And then we have another A319 of Virgin America's. Now this aircraft, I only have 2 Virgin America aircraft, and I know that's pretty small. Out of Virgin America having a hub and planning to expand in San Francisco, I do need to get more Virgin America aircraft. So I'm a bit low on them at the moment. But anyways, this is Virgin America A319 doing a flight over to Chicago's O'Hare. So moving on with the O'Hare, or not the O'Hare, the United part of the terminal. So here we have all my United aircraft. I have tried to pack basically everyone in. It's pretty packed in here. It's nearly to the point where it's pretty much unrealistic. So this is basically every gate I've got, everything just packed in, to a point where I just thought, this could possibly be, something that could happen in real life. So here we have a United 752, parks to that Southwest. That aircraft will be doing a flight, over to Lihu in Kauai. Next to that, we have a 737-800 in the Star Alliance livery. This aircraft came in from Houston. I have a 753 over there. This aircraft doing a flight down to Washington, Dulles. I have a 737-900 parked, came in from Baltimore. I have a CRJ-700 next to him. That aircraft will be doing a flight over to, let's see, something like Montrose. Next to that, we have a CRJ-700 once again. This aircraft doing a flight over to Colorado Springs. I have a CRJ-200 next to that, doing a flight over to Santa Monica. And here we have a CRJ-700 in the Blue Tulip livery, and this aircraft just came in from Portland. Moving on, we have the 737-900 here. This aircraft came in from Vegas. I have a 757-300 non-stop service over to O'Hare. I have a Continental Retro Livery 739. This aircraft will be doing a flight over to Newark. 739 coming in from, let's think, Detroit. 763 Blue Tulip Livery doing a domestic service over to O'Hare. 737-800 over there, non-stop service to Honolulu. Have a A319. Sadly, this aircraft is damaged, one of the few United domestics that I do have damaged. So I've just decided to put that there anyway. A319 service doing a flight over to Minneapolis. Next in we have an A320, and this aircraft will be doing a flight over to Kansas City. Have an A319 at the end there doing a flight to Indianapolis. I have an A320 next to him, and this aircraft will be doing a flight to Dallas-Fort Worth. Have a 738, I believe, This aircraft's coming in from Los Angeles, and we have a 737-900 parked at the gate with a non-stop service to Seattle. We have an A320 there, service to Denver. We have a 757-200 once again, doing a flight over to, let's think here, I'm going to go with Orlando. Have a 767-400 doing the service over to Honolulu. I know I have included 2 Honolulu services, but yeah, anyways, this aircraft will be doing one of the bigger aircraft that goes over to Honolulu. Here we have a normal 752 without any winglets, and this aircraft will be doing a flight over to Newark. We have a 737-900 departing over to, let's think, somewhere like Atlanta. I do have an aircraft taking off, by the way, so here we have an American 752 in the old American Chrome livery. This aircraft doing a flight over to Dallas. An American 738 in the line there, non-stop service to, let's see, Ronald Reagan. And here we have the United Express ERJ-145. I don't believe these E-145s actually service San Francisco anymore. Maybe they used to, I'm not quite sure. But I did decide to include all my United regionals anyways. So yeah, so that's pretty much going to wrap up this airport, everyone. Don't really have much else to go through. All I can say right now is look forward to the afternoon update. I know I will have some better stuff going in there, probably some more realistic routes. Just get stuff a little bit more slower and hopefully just get through some different aircraft and such. Probably going to have this airport, this part of the airport, less congested. If you couldn't tell, I've kind of rushed this update. Just wanted to get this video out there for you guys because it's been a while, and I just need to get these updates pretty quick and just get used to the time that I've got when I've got the time. So like I said, look forward to the afternoon update, and no, I haven't forgotten about the Tulsa and Raleigh-Durham updates. Yes, I do get requests for model airports. I am still taking requests. So yeah, you can leave a comment if you want any one of my videos. I'll probably get back to you on an update or on an airport that you'd like me to do. So like I said, Raleigh and Tulsa are airports that I will be able to do. But if you do make a suggestion, just make sure that you know my collection, take a look at it, take a look at my airports, and just make sure that you know which airports you think I'd be able to do. Like requests such as Montreal, for example, I wouldn't be able to do. I don't have any Air Canada aircraft. So it's just stuff like that, self-explanatory. So just don't give me airports that are way off what I've got. I will try my best to do these airports though, just get through as many as I can. I know Christmas is coming up. I have about 3 weeks of hard work to do, and then I'll be over in America to get some models and come back with some new content. I also expect a new camera, so there are a couple things that will be coming up in the next few weeks. And in the meantime, I hopefully will get some more airport updates done and some more updates in general. Thanks very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this update, and I'll come to you guys with the afternoon one after. See you guys, and have a good one.